Christmas tonight, he surely don't know what he teaching.
Right. No, I don't think he celebrates that really. I don't think.
I mean, everybody every Christian when they get to the age of an adult, there's always say, well, I don't really celebrate that really. Meaning, I celebrate it, but you know, really, I just do it for the kids, which is just more BS. You know what I mean? It's just more nonsense. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. So he was also telling me that the Rasta City and Muslim thing that gets serious. So when I want to go in this certain area in the ghetto, be cautious how I'm doing, and you know, don't dress up with certain colors.
He need
like what I have on, then like what I have on.
Right.
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, whatever. Like okay. So the Rasta City and Muslim beef. So it was a joke before, but all of a sudden overnight it gets serious.
That is what he says.
Yeah, whatever. He needs to be careful. That's what the hell needs to happen. He needs to be careful. Right. You understand? Because them colors he wearing is not the colors of the Lord. You understand? Right. He's a soldier. That soldier uniform he's wearing is not the soldier uniform of the Lord. And that doctrine he's teaching is not the doctrine of the Lord. You understand? When has any ghetto in Israel ever been safe?
Right.
When has it ever been a time where you did not have to be careful? Always been that way. We grow up with it that way, and we're going to fix it with that way. You understand?
Right.
All right. Once again, he had to come to class, man.
Yeah,
he had to come to class. He had to stop fronting, man. He had to stop fronting, and he had to come to class. I don't know what he waiting on. I don't know what's the extra, but he definitely had to come to class.
Right.
You feel me? He definitely had to come to class. Everybody on the Facebook, if you're here and good, just give me a 1. Give me a 1. I'm having some connection problems here. The reindeer and Santa Claus on the roof, effing with everything. Just check. Give me a 1. Let me know if you're hearing and seeing clearly on Facebook. I think YouTube is good to go. If it start going in and out, somebody tell me, all right? Somebody tell me. All right? Well, as you all can see, Santa Claus ain't on the roof. I kidnapped this month. This so-and-so. You got him right here. You understand? He under house arrest tonight. He ain't going nowhere. This nigga goes nowhere. You understand? Shut him up. He goes nowhere. Right? But Rudolph and them outside. That's the problem. You got them internet. All right?
Can. And Slakia, later on tonight in the class, I don't know if you could if you have the scriptures or what do you suggest? The piece, how do you suggest the clothing wear?
We could get all of
that. The headpiece. Yeah.
We definitely gonna get all of that with the feast days. We're gonna go over the feast days tonight. We're definitely gonna go into Christmas. We're gonna go over the feast days. A few other things right there with the holidays. So you're gonna get the priest wear from the head to the toe. Service of the priest. We might touch on that a little bit, but more so on this pagan holiday named Christmas. So everybody will tag everybody you need to tag. I mean, get everybody involved who need to be involved. And let's get the class rocking, all right?
Right.
One second, bear with me. All right. All right. So now let's get some of today is so-called what? Christmas Eve, right?
Okay.
So tomorrow, which would normally be Monday, which would be a day that everybody just racing and killing each other to go to work and slave for the white man. is going to be so-called Christmas Day, right?
Right.
Which means what exactly? Right, Shalom, Kareem, come on. All right, you'll share the link around. Make sure everybody who needs to know get to know. All right. All right, Galawan, you sure you want to try him one more time? Send the link for him. Let him come and learn something.
Well, I send the link. I mean,
But
I know
he calling there drinking punch like him.
Well, come on, yeah.
Tell him make sure and take the cloves out of the ham before he eat the pork. That cloves just mess up the taste of the pork. Cloves out of the ham. You can leave the pineapple on the ham. But take the cloves out of the ham before he eat the pork, right? trying to get you some kind of warning. He ain't know the real warning going on right here.
Right.
And what he don't know, and I'm just making fun about the brother, but what he don't know is you are the reason that Rasta City and the brothers who involved in Islam is going to be safe. You are going to be the reason that the Betham is going to be safe. John, Mova, Lavantil, Sealots, Library Point. You are the reason that's going to make them streets safe for black people again. You understand? The East Indians and the Africans and the Chinese, you could call the army for that shit. But if you're a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you find where Galawan is. Find Galawan number, find him on Facebook, find him so you can learn the truth on how to serve the Lord and you ain't have to worry about nothing because that land is yours by way of slavery, by way of your parents' bloodshed being on that land. That land is yours. You're supposed to be able to walk in your own goddamn land. You get the point? You want to say your own land, not saying that is our place, but hell, we work enough for it. We're supposed to be able to walk around safe. You understand? So,
right.
So first of all, you're going to say something there?
No.
Okay, don't sweat. Give me, let's go Jeremiah 10, right? So tomorrow, so-called Christmas Day. What is the Christian doctrine about Christmas Day?
Salakia, the Christmas doctrine about Christmas Day, they say that's the day Christ was born.
That's the day Christ was born, right? December 25th, right? What else do they say?
That's the day we have to celebrate. That the day he was born. I mean, I know.
That's one. That's the same thing.
Right.
Right. That's the same thing. There's something else. There's a few more things actually.
No, I can't recall at this time.
Anybody? Feel free to type it in. Type it in on YouTube. Type it in on Facebook. All right. If you want to call in, just download that WhatsApp number. You could call in. What else do they teach? Right? That you have to give gifts.
Right.
Right? That you have to give gifts. You have to give gifts on Christmas Day. Let me get some more. Of course, Santa Claus, right? This big fat white pedophile right here. This bastard gonna come down your chimney in about what, 4 hours, right? Right. Trinidad hot like hell's ass. We ain't got no damn chimney. We don't need no chimneys, right? Where's he coming? Right? Where is he coming through? Where he coming through your goddamn window? Right? They also teach about him. Santa Claus, he knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. He has a list of all the little boys and all the little girls in the whole world. Santa Claus is a pedophile. You understand? Santa Claus is a child molester. You go sit on his lap and he get off on it and promise you a gift for sitting on his lap. You understand? If Santa Claus is real, then all them U.S. senators, and then was the Chief Justice down there, who the homosexual?
Iva Archie.
Iva Archie.
Right.
Santa Claus, because they have people sitting on their lap touching them and then giving them gifts for them to keep them out shut. You understand? Like Santa Claus is a child molester, a pedophile. Give me some more. Christmas, the mistletoe. History of the mistletoe. We're going to try to get into that as well. All right. And then, of course, the Lord's Holy Days. And we're going to get some of the dress code of the priest. All right. Make sure Santa is visible. Satan, visible. All right. Like you need to be. First, give me Jeremiah. You know what I want? 10.
Come on.
All right.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord.
Right.
Learn.
Once again, is always hear the words of the Lord, O house of Israel. O Israel. It's always about Israel. Israel. Right? Another custom having a special meal to water. You'll just type them in. What's going on? You'll just type them in. Any customs around this time that we have. Let's get it and go into it. Having that special meal, that Christmas dinner with that ham. Tonight, Catholics and Christians in church for Christmas Eve Mass. And then they're going to have a Christmas Day Mass tomorrow. Right? I believe they're going to have parades and all of that nonsense tomorrow. All right?
Right.
Now we're going to hear the word of the Lord, O house of Israel. Listen to what the Lord said. All right, let's go.
Okay. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Right? Do what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. So he's going to keep telling you now, don't follow what the heathens do. Don't learn their ways. Don't learn their customs and their culture. Whatever the heathens do, you do not do. Right? Whatever they practice, don't learn their customs. Do not learn their culture because it is not your culture. It is not your custom. You understand? And the white man is a heathen. He is the heathen. You get the point? He is the heathen and his ways is not our ways. Especially in areas like, of course, the Caribbean islands, Central, anywhere that's not really Commonwealth America. Right? America's culture is pumped and pushed heavily, of course, in America. But up until recently, much of the neighboring world was not fully Americanized. You understand? Over maybe the past 15 to 20 years is when the American culture fully gets in full swing. Like in the islands, Trinidad, Jamaica, Barbados, St. Lucia, everywhere there's the Caribbean islands, you have Halloween parties. They're talking about summertime when there ain't no summer. It's rain and sun, 2 seasons, wet season and dry season. Thanksgiving, right? I don't know if people actually keeping the Thanksgiving meal, but of course, in the islands, people know when Thanksgiving is in America. You get the point? The people actually are aware of Thanksgiving. Do you know if Russia has a Thanksgiving? Anybody know if Russia has a Thanksgiving Day? Huh?
I know.
But you know if Sweden have a Thanksgiving Day? right? But everybody knows America has Thanksgiving. You get the point?
Right.
Everybody knows that America has Thanksgiving, and there are other countries that do have a Thanksgiving celebration. Not particularly the after the American one, but their own have some day of reverencing their gods. Germany is one of them. Japan is another one. But the culture of it is not pushed all over the earth. You get the point? So now, once again, because America is that beast that came out of the old beast, which is Rome, America pushes that Greco-Roman culture of Christianity and, of course, Christmas, which is a heathen holiday, pagan holiday. So read that last verse again.
Come. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. All right, go ahead.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Right, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. What does dismay mean? Anybody? What does dismay mean? Kareem, you square away a good Bible yet or not yet?
No, not yet. No.
Not yet? All right, no sweat.
Not yet.
You could download it also on your phone. There's an app you could download on your phone. I'll send it to you after through the Facebook Messenger. If you have one of them Android phones or your Apple phone.
Yeah, Android.
All right, so I'm gonna send it to you, and you could download. There's two apps. One is Blue Letter Bible. The other one, I forget, King James version. And you can have it as an app on your phone, so you ain't have to be connected to pull it up. Once you download it, it's already there. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
So like, yeah, to cause someone to feel very worried, disappointed, or upset.
All right. Dismay is to cause something that causes someone to be very disappointed, very worried, or upset. Something that saddens you. Something that gets you all emotional. Right? Last week, white man launched some rocket going into space. Right? The white man who owned Tesla Motors. You ever heard of Tesla? You had them in Trinidad yet?
No, I never.
Electric cars?
Electric cars.
Yeah, them ain't no gas or no diesel. You pull up with a plug and plug that bitch in the wall and that bitch charge up.
Can I have hybrid?
No, not no hybrid, brother. Not no hybrid. This is straight. This is them remote control cars that they push the battery in it and it work. That's data. Ain't no hybrid, nothing. It's straight electric. I probably need to go to Tesla and get a franchise down there and make some money. Right? That devil, he have a space exploration company called SpaceX, where he's been doing research for the last maybe 20 years on sending rockets into space. He just perfected the art of, if you ever seen a rocket launch, when NASA launches their rockets, it goes up and then it starts breaking apart. Meaning not by accident, but on purpose, where the different parts that would push the rocket out into the atmosphere, once it reaches a certain height, they start falling off, making the rocket lighter. All those is just like debris that fall back to the earth or might just float away in space. And when it's time for that satellite or that rocket to come back down, they would have to refuel it or send it back a certain way. He perfected pushing the rocket into space and having the rocket land back on itself intact, and thus by reducing the cost by 100%. Right? Meaning they ain't gonna have they won't be wasting material over and over again. The same rocket they send out, they could bring it back. Right? He's the devil who was having all them rocket launches and they was just exploding, blowing everything up. And he keep doing it over and over until he perfected it. Right? this week this devil launched something on the West Coast, and people was looking up in the sky like, oh my God, it's a chariot. Oh my God, it's a chariot. Now, I don't know if you all saw it. You're familiar with what I'm speaking about?
Mm-mm.
All right. Let me try and put it up on the screen. One second. 1 second. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Yeah.
All right. So this devil launched this into space recently. Trying to get the actual video. Okay. This is it here. Right? This is it here, SpaceX. All right? We have to get into it. All right? Seeing it, right?
Kind of.
These are, of course, these is different people. That's the devil there. His name is Elon Musk. He crazy if you ask me. But, and of course, he making fun of everybody on Twitter talking about it's a nuclear rocket from North Korea. But it's his rocket. And of course, it made that pattern in the sky. Right? So everybody was, wondering, well, oh God, good God, it's a, it's a chariot. It's this, it's, what could it really be? Because of course, the type of, effects in the sky it made. Now you all see this, right?
Come on.
Somebody pull a scripture. Somebody pull a UFO scripture, a chariot scripture right now, and show me this description right here. I'm down here. I'm ready to give up my Hebrew jacket over it and just follow you. You understand? The scripture said, "Do not be dismayed at the signs of heaven." You get the point? Don't be simple. Don't be simple. The Lord gave you certain things that would give you that will let you know when certain things is going to happen. That was not no chariot, but of course, every fake Israelite, every Christian, everybody like, what the hell is that? What's that? What's that? This is not the chariot of the Lord. It was the white man doing something foolish. But the point is, heathens are dismayed at signs in the sky. You understand? Heathens take things that happen in the sky and add meaning to it, and then develop a whole religion over it. What was another thing that happened recently that that everybody was up in arms over, and it was something up in the sky? Happened just about a couple months ago.
It wasn't an eclipse?
Eclipse, right? People take day off. They were selling eclipse jerseys, them wearing them gay foil glasses to look up. And people were standing out in the street talking about the eclipse, having eclipse parties, doing a whole ton of things, talking about if you stand in the eclipse and let the sun hit your skin and it'll cure cancer. A ton of bullshit. And that's what the heathens do. They get this made at something that's okay. Just to put it in a nutshell, a heathen would pray to anything that's more powerful than itself, or anything that gives something that's needed for that person to survive. And it's a heathenistic culture to do so, right? The Egyptians, what did the Egyptians worship?
Pyramids and thing?
Not so much the pyramids. The pyramids was part of the worship, like a temple. But what did the Egyptians worship?
The sun?
The sun. Right? That's why the pyramids had that hole in the top to let the light come through, and certain parts of it was to let it come through, because of course, when the sun and the moon and the stars align a certain way, the light comes in a certain way, and that would mean they get spiritual power. What else did they worship?
Dead gods.
A little bit more specific. You're right, but a little bit more specific.
Dead people.
Dead people, but a little bit more specific. Not so much that I want to get on, but a little bit more specific.
So like at the moon.
With the sun and the moon, I put them two together.
Right.
The black woman.
They worship, of course, the black woman. Well, okay, not brothers today worship the black woman. Them Egyptians was faggots, homosexuals. You get the point? The actual Egyptians was homosexual. They worshipped rod, penis, right? That's why they have what? They call it a phallic symbol. Anybody know what phallic symbol means?
No.
Look up phallic. P-H-A-L-L-I-C. Right? They worship penis because that gave them pleasure. Right? They lie and say it's a symbol of power. How could they say the penis is a symbol of power and then come today and say the black woman is God? That's not it. They're into the whole female worship. They like the female worship, but that woman need that rod. That homosexual needs it too. That's why they have that big tall thing in the sky called an obelisk. Even in America's national monument, the Washington Monument, is that obelisk, that tall pyramid-looking thing in the sky. Many other countries have it. Canada has one. England has one. Different cities in America have it. That tall, narrow thing just going up in the sky, that's an old Egyptian, it's an idol. And it's called a phallic symbol, right? Phallic symbol. That's correct. I think Min was that god with a giant rod that they would all go worship, right? They also worship that. Guess what else they worship? Animals. They have a praying mantis head, or alligator head, or a dog head, jackal. I forget what's the one with the jackal. What's his name?
Set.
Not Set. Good night. It's the black one with the dog head, but it's not a dog, it's a jackal. I forget the damn name of the thing. I think he's the one that take it to hell or in charge of hell or something. Right? Then you have the one with the bird, with the hawk. Anubis. That's it. Tawara. Achium. Everybody typing in Anubis now. Anubis. Right? Anubis is the one with the man body and the dog head because they worshipped animals. Because they was also into bestiality. It's a very heathen culture and concept to worship something that gives you pleasure or that provides for you. That's why, of course, we know God, Ephraim, the native Indians, everybody, they came over here with the intention of keeping God's laws in a new land, trying to start afresh. Because they didn't do it with the word of the Lord, they went into paganism and started doing what? Worshipping the sun, worshipping the moon, the all spirit, worshipping the wolf, worshipping the trees, the flower, the river, totem pole with all them different images and faces on it. They started worshipping everything. Wood from the trees, so the trees, you have to respect the trees and the spirit. Pagan means low or base or common. Common people worship everything. We are royal seed. We ain't got time to worship the cow like the East Indian, but I could kill it and make a mean steak. Right? So kill it and wash off the blood and hand it to one of them ribs there and make a steak out of that. You know what I mean? Cut everything off, skin it, stretch it, dry it, get it lighter to 9 o'clock, let him bang out some armbands. Now it's like the bar mark. Let them bang out some armbands out of it. And make a bad bottle. Captain Zakar has a bottle that has a cow foot. It's like they skin the cow, they keep the hoof on, and then the part of the cow's leg, they ain't cut the flesh off, they just take everything out. And brother, the bottle is in it. So it's looking like a cow foot, but it's a bottle you drink liquor from. Brother, it's insane. You get the point? But an East Indian would do what? Oh, and dress that cow up in flowers and make its baby drink from the cow breast direct. Forget milking, just put the baby on the cow titty. Make the baby drink right there. That's a pagan custom and culture. And they too are amazed at signs in the sky. We are not. What we looking for? What's the sign from the sky that we look for?
The day that Christ came with the 200 million angels.
That's right. That's what we're looking for. You know what I mean? Outside of, of course, the Passover and stuff, because that's how we check the Passover when the moon comes. But that's not something that we amazed at. That's something that's going to come every year. But the heathens, they see something in the sky and drop down. Oh my God, you know what this means? We could cure cancer if I strip buck naked and run under the moonlight. Heathens are. We are not like that. Don't be dismayed at the signs in the sky. Keep going.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 3. Right? For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
For the customs of the people are vain. And I should have a small Christmas tree somewhere here to just light it on fire, bro. Salaki. The customs of the people are vain. Vain means nothing. It means nothing, right? One of them would cut a tree out of the forest. They would go into that forest and find that evergreen tree, right? Cut it out the forest. Go ahead.
One cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. Right? Verse 4.
Right? Out of the hands of the workman with the axe. Man has to go in there with an axe and put this tree to death. For this heathen culture that they look up in the sky and they get dismayed at, this culture that is vain and nothing, it involves somebody going into the forest and cutting a tree down.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, keep going.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
Right? They deck it with silver and gold. They deck it with silver and gold. Right? They dress it up with they call them gold balls. Them little balls that they hang on the tree.
Yeah.
Right? They deck it with that. Now, this is in Jeremiah. This is long before Yahushua. Long before Yahushua. And they going into the forest. He's telling you about these heathens. Forest. And cut a tree down. And then drag the tree out and dress it up. Balls and put the star on top of it. Right? And put all them, them and them, bright, shiny things. He's telling you about that long before Christ was born. Go ahead.
They fastened it with nails and with hammers that did not move.
Right? They fasten it with nails and hammers that did not move. Right? So now, before modern times, how they would get the tree to stay on the ground is they would build a base. They would build a base, and they would, it's like a cross almost, right? Like a foundation. And they would take the tree, have some people hold it up, and they would fasten it with nails, bang it down with nails so that it stands upright. Because of course, this tree is now dead. It can't stand on its own, so you have to make it stand. Right?
Can.
Go ahead.
They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not.
Right? Right? They stand upright as the palm tree, but speak not. Meaning what? How a palm tree stands up tall. A palm tree stands all the way up tall, and they don't really bend and wiggle and whine like another tree. It might have a little bend, a little bow in it. But for the most part, it stands up. You get the point? It stands all the way up. But it doesn't move or talk. Tree. You get the point? Go ahead.
All right. They must needs be born.
They must needs be born. So this tree that you're going to bang and put to stand up in the ground, it can't talk to you. All the carols you singing, right? People, you know, it's okay. Trinidad Christmas, the Caribbean Christmas is a bit different from the traditional American Christmas, right? Caribbean Christmas involves from tonight, you going by everybody's house, or it's tonight or tomorrow night? I forget which night it is. Or it's both nights?
Both nights. You know,
it's really both nights?
Yeah. It could.
Both nights. So like right now, you and your crew, you all moving through with some bottle and spoon, and you all making a rhythm and singing in the streets. Like how, like up here, you would have people Christmas, they call them caroling. They would go like a choir and knock on your door and sing a, you know, nice hymn aside. But you know, we Israel, we make everything fly. You go in, you banging, you singing a rhythm, whatever song you're singing and doing whatever, and you're going house to house and drinking and, you know, getting drinks and getting drunk, like that type of thing. Get the point?
Right.
So, but the traditional Christmas would be gathering around a Christmas tree and singing Christmas carol, right? What's a famous Christmas carol that involves a tree? I'll give it to you for time's sake. Oh, Christmas tree, something, something, your brother. You know what I'm speaking about? Or not really?
The song, yeah.
Right, there's a song they sing. Let me see if I can find it, just in case y'all. All right.
Oh, Christmas tree, lovely that rich stay great.
So this whole song, he constitutes, is over this damn Christmas tree. Talking about how great the branches are, how bravely the tree stays green in winter time. Why? The tree is called an evergreen tree because it stays green year round. As soon as they have a season called fall or autumn, as soon as that hits, trees start changing color because they're dying or they're hibernating temporarily. They're dying temporarily or hibernating. Drop all their leaves, get fully naked until spring comes around. But this evergreen tree, which is like a pine tree, stays green all year round. So they're singing a song to this tree because this tree is impressive. Because the winter, which is another thing they worship, it's called the winter solstice or Saturnalia. We're going to get to that in a second. That's the original season of Christmas. They're impressed that this tree could stay green sub-zero temperatures. So they sing a song to the tree. This Christmas tree. But this tree can't talk. This tree can't even turn around and say, well, thank you, that's a nice song. This tree can't even say, hey, This tree can't even bust a blank and say a big tune, like how we say it back home. This tree can't do. This tree can't get you no forward at all. It's dumb, and it must needs be born. Meaning what? You have to carry the damn tree. You have to carry that joke, and that joke ain't walking to go nowhere. Surely, if you're singing to it and worshiping it like a god, it got to have some power, but it can't. You don't even have power to carry itself. You have to go, cut it down, and bring it home. It needs to be born. Everything about this tree, whatever it needs, you have to do it. Whatever its needs must be carried by you, right? You come home, you get a little bucket of water, you put the tree in it, fasten it down. Try to keep it in some water so it stays fresh. For what? What do you want the tree to stay? How long you want that tree to last in your house?
Salakia, about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks, sir.
Go ahead, up. About 2 weeks. Why about 2 weeks?
The week of actually no, 3 weeks. The week after Thanksgiving, then the week of Christmas to New Year.
Okay, that's Thanksgiving. We're talking about Christmas. Thanksgiving is down there a whole month before. But why is it important for the tree to last damn near them 2 weeks? On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. You want that tree to last 12 days, at least 12 days. You get the point? So, of course, you're going to have a little water down there. Now, that's before modern times where you have these plastic trees that look real. Before that, you had to go cut a tree down. You had to go in the forest somewhere and get a tree, or as time progressed, they had tree farmers. People who would grow these trees, especially for Christmas time. The tree was, the more money you had to pay for it. So you bring this tree in your house, you have it sitting in some water, you run a whole set of electric lights around it, plug that joker in, and then in 2 days, wonder why the house burned down. Because you just put a bomb in your house. The oil, they say the oil from the sap that comes out of those pines, the actual leaves, not the leaves, I forget what they call them. The way of the pine is shaped like little needles. See, those things are flammable. That thing that oozes out is flammable. Now you have the lights running around the tree getting hot. You know, for 12 days, water below, brother, it's only a matter of time before, you know, the whole house just burned down. You get the point? Its needs must be born. Keep going.
Can. In Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil.
Right? Be not afraid of them, because they cannot do evil. Why is that so important? Be not afraid of them, because they cannot do evil.
Salakia, sir. Because the heathens thought the tree had spirits in it.
You want it? You want it?
Thought it had the spirit of I don't know if it's Tammuz or Nimrod.
Nimrod. I believe Tammuz is either a son that Sir Ramses had after that to replace Nimrod, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's what Tammuz is. Go ahead.
My recollection is that the boar killed Tammuz, and his blood killed Tammuz underneath the tree, and his blood spilled around the tree, and they dug it up and brought it back. That's what I think.
Okay, I'm not sure, but I think Tammuz is somebody who Ramesses got after, I believe.
Okay.
I'm gonna find out for sure. I know General Hazayan put it out a couple years ago. Tammuz, but for sure Nimrod and Ramesses, right? Let me make sure I get the name correct. Semiramis. Everybody is always saying Ramesses. I'll be saying Ramesses too. You know, Negro can't hardly speak right. Right? Semiramis. Right? Semiramis is Nimrod's mother. Right? Semiramis is Nimrod's mother. Nimrod was a Hamite. Mighty man in Ethiopia. He was a Cushite. Right? Mighty man in the land. I believe he was what they call a huge farmer also. Meaning, you know, if you're a big time farmer, you like damn near like a king. It's not like a farmer like today. Don't think he was tilling the ground. Think he is he owned the ground, but everybody just worked for him. Right? Nimrod was captured and killed. His body up into pieces. Semiramis, or Semiramis, whatever you want to call it. His mother, she got his body parts, sent for them under what is today known as the evergreen tree, which is the same Christmas tree, right? She buried it under there. Now Nimrod was high and mighty and in charge. I believe Ramesses and Nimrod had an incestual relationship. So after he died, she crowned herself queen of Babylon, right? Queen of Babylon. And in just like in anywhere where a king dies or, you know, a ruler dies, there's something called a power vacuum. You know what a power vacuum is? Power vacuum is like what happened in the Middle East after they killed Saddam Hussein and Muammar Gaddafi. Those were the two strong men who was keeping all them crazy ass Arabs in check. Like they was talking about how Saddam was so horrible because he used to beat them under their foot, cut off their hand. It's Saudi Arabia or Iraq. Well, it was 94, 98 World Cup. The Iraqi team, they went to World Cup and they got 8 or 10 or something from Germany. Saddam's sons, as soon as the plane landed, Saddam's sons get the whole football team and had them in a room beating them under the foot for like 8 days because they lost so goddamn bad. Meanwhile, they're showing the world, they're telling the world they're giving them Arabs Benzes and so much money for reaching the World Cup. But they shame them and they punish them for it. And it was good because all them crazy Arabs right now blowing up the Home Depot, stealing planes, cutting heads off. I guess Saddam wasn't so bad after all, right? Gaddafi them wasn't so goddamn bad after all. Because they killed those men, those were the strong men in the Middle East, they have something called a power vacuum. Meaning what? The big Don is gone, so now the next strongest Don got to step in. But for him to establish himself, we're going to fight for power. There's going to be a fight for power. So that's the scenario that will happen with Nimrod. And of course, Nimrod's mother, not wanting to lose power and being a woman, know how to beguile men, the evergreen tree, told everyone Nimrod's spirit lives in this tree. That's why the tree doesn't die in winter. Because Nimrod was a powerful king. And he's so powerful because his body is under this tree lives forever. Meanwhile, this is just a regular evergreen tree. Regular evergreen tree. They're always talking about Egypt is full of science. Them goddamn Hamites didn't know nothing about no science then because this bitch fooled everybody with one fairy tale. One fairy tale and tricked the whole world. He told everybody Nimrod's body is under this evergreen tree. It doesn't die. It stays green 365, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. He also told them if they don't bring gifts at that time, which that December 25th was Nimrod's birthday, 25th of the 10th month, birthday. If they don't bring gifts at that time, she would cut their heads off and hang it on the Christmas tree. That's where you get the Christmas bells from. Those balls they hang, though that culture comes from heads. And she would hang it on the tree so people would know, I don't want my head there. I better bring this gold. I better bring this money. I better bring these goats. I better bring these daughters for Ceramyces before she sent her soldiers to cut my head off. So with the witchcraft and the culture, that's the beginning of what is your modern day Christmas tree. You get the point? So now Jeremiah had to come and tell Israel, listen, don't follow these heathens. These heathens is idiots, man. These heathens is dumb as hell. These Chinese burning dogs and eating slugs and snails. These East Indians putting the baby under the damn cow breast, brother, and the baby's mouth touching the same thing a young calf touching. Meanwhile, a cow piss and shit right there and lay in it. So that titty ain't manure, but it going in the baby mouth. Africans forget about it. Africans take piss showers. Everybody want to lock R. Kelly up. Then he need to get some Africans and pee on them. Because they put the full head under the cow ass and let piss run down and get golden showers to dye the hair. The East Indians drink piss. Full out drink the piss because everything coming out, since the cow is a god, everything coming out of the cow is godly. So that piss going straight down into them. The Hamites with the plate in the lip, the feces on them, right? Jeremiah had to come and say, listen, Israel, I know you're looking at these heathens like they're great and they're mighty, but them is some goddamn idiots, man. Read the scripture one more time, Galawan.
Khan. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go.
Right, they cannot go. Go ahead, be not afraid.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil.
Right, be not afraid of them, because they cannot do evil. The heathens are afraid of this goddamn tree. You understand? Until this day, they transfer, because of, I don't want to say evolution, Earth has matured. Let's put it like that. The way how the Earth has aged and matured, they were successfully able to transfer culture and custom into something that's marketable today. Celebrating Christmas today is scared of that goddamn tree. How? Somebody explain the correlation to me. Make it come together. Make it come together. Knowing that it comes from the fear of the tree, comes from the threat of course, this is their made up history of Ceramyces cutting everybody's head off and telling them, Nimrod, live in the tree. I'm gonna put your head on the goddamn tree if you don't bring gifts. How does that translate today into the same fear, even though nobody today know about Nimrod or Ceramyces or Semiramis or whatever the goddamn bitch name is? Nobody don't know about Nimrod, the evergreen tree, and none of that. Right?
That's lucky.
Go ahead.
They're afraid that they won't receive love.
Exactly.
From society and from their family.
From their family, exactly. Many of you brothers, not you all, of course, many of them brothers have Semiramis in the goddamn world, in the house. And if they don't bring that tree home and them gifts, Semiramis is damn near going to chew their head off with that mouth. You get the point? And it's the same thing that they just fully perpetuate through their culture today. They fully perpetuate it through their culture today. And that's why everybody is so adamant about Christmas. You get the point? so adamant about Christmas. Listen, brother, today I passed by the store, the goddamn supermarket. I'm going to get some damn toothpaste, brother. I turned right around and told myself I'll be cutting this tube open until Tuesday. Because that store is a war zone for pork, liquor, eggs. I mean, it's like everybody in the city is in the damn store. Why? For this one day that in 24 hours is going to be over? Like, what is so special about this day? But the white man, through his power and his ability to do magic, as the scriptures say, which is really deceive everybody, market this fear that the heathens had for Semiramis and Nimrod into what's called the Christmas spirit. You don't have the Christmas spirit. Grown men walking around the house, sweeping the house, jingle bells, moving the couch. Christmas is here again. Christmas tree. And singing in the best Barry White voice. For what? You're going to buy the Birkin bag and the red bottoms for some broad who going to whore on you in 2 months because it's Carnival coming up. And them kids who hate you anyway, and probably they ain't yours. You understand? Probably them kids ain't yours. Everybody child is Marshall Montano own and bunch of gotta know. You get the point? You're going to kill yourself for this thing, for the fear of your family, of your children, of so-called loved ones not loving you. And it's the same thing. What the white man was able to do was market the fear of Nimrod through Semiramis into today's society. So that's why Jeremiah had to say, listen, man, don't be afraid of this goddamn tree. Tree. It's a tree. It's nothing else but a tree. Right? Keep going.
Khan. Neither also is it in them to do good.
Right? Neither also is it in them to do good. Ain't no good coming out of this damn tree. And anybody who following it, there's no good coming out of them. It's not in them to do good. Right? What do they say? Christmas is a time where everybody, Christmas is about sharing and caring and loving everybody.
Right.
Right? And that's what they say? Bullshit. Go to Sealots right now. Go to the Beatum right now. And then go to Westmoreland and tell me where the hell the judgment love is. And the caring is. Right now. If Christmas is about loving and caring. Right? And your brother was just talking about Rasta City and the what's the other crew name? Rasta City and who?
Muslims, just Muslims, yeah.
Just Muslims, that's it. So it's not an area, it's just Muslims.
Yeah,
Brother, this Islam had to be buried, brother. Salaki. Right? The brother just telling you about Rasta City and Muslims. I guarantee you they're all celebrating Christmas right now. Right. I guarantee it. Even if they don't have the tree in the house, they bought gifts for their kids. You know, because it's just for the kids. You understand? Like the white man done market it into us to be afraid when this tree can't do a goddamn thing. Can't do nothing. And Christmas is the most murderous time of the year. It's the time when crime goes up, assault goes up. Just last week in D.C., a young brother down there in Southeast D.C. got shot to death. 10 bullets, 10 shots. For some not brand new, them retro Jordans. Them plastic ones, the shiny down ones, the Space Jam Jordans. They released like 200 bright red ones and they sold out. So, of course, one brother, because of Christmas, on his foot, he put another brother to death for it. And here's the ironic part. The brother's mother, the brother, he's 17 years old, the brother who got put to death for the shoe. He asked his mother for the shoe for Christmas. And that's all he wanted. Told his mother, I don't want nothing else. She came on the news and was telling us the whole story. He said he don't want nothing else. Just get him the shoes for Christmas. She said, I gave him the shoes early as an early gift, since that's all he wanted. And now she has to bury him this week. You understand?
Right.
Christmas is evil and satanic. Evil and satanic. right? Santa and them reindeers couldn't help that brother. You get the point? Sweet white baby Jesus in the manger couldn't help that brother. The Christian Jesus I'm talking about. Right? What would have helped him is Christmas is evil and satanic. It's a pagan religion, pagan celebration. It's low and beneath you, brother. Don't get no goddamn Jordans. If you want Jordans, buy them later. Forget Michael Jordan and them all that nonsense. Or the other brother shouldn't be lusting after it anyway. It's his. It was given to him. But this whole Christmas spirit is an evil thing. Right? Keep reading.
Right. Come on. Verse 6. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might.
Right? For as much as there is none like unto thee, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Like there's no replacement for the Lord. No Christmas tree, no Santa Claus, no homosexual Santa Claus, no Rudolph, no Frosty the Snowman. In Trinidad, let me ask you all something. For those of you all who might be living with relatives who celebrate it, or seeing it all over in the malls, right? Saroa asked how Nimrod died. I think he went to war and he was killed by his enemies, and they cut his body up. They sever his body into pieces and spread it out all over the place. Right? Tammuz is the unconquered sun. That song just about correct, Karamiala. Song just about correct. I believe it's somebody Ceramicus brought in after or invented as, it's like Nimrod reincarnated, something like that. Escape my memory right now. All right? What was I about to say? Oh, in Trinidad, right? In the Caribbean, you'll be seeing them Christmas trees with, it's like people take cotton wool down there and put it on the tree.
Yeah, to make it look like snow.
Make it look like what?
Snow.
Brother, do you understand the level of brainwashing we have to be under? I don't know if you understand. I damn near didn't want to say it. I wanted you to say it because I'm too ashamed to say the damn thing. To make it look like what?
Snow.
To make it look like snow. Hold on, I'm looking for a damn picture right here because people is gonna think I'm crazy. Tropical place, Jamaica, Barbados. When you go to the store to buy the Christmas tree, the lights, the balls, the decorations, they have something called snowballs or frosting, fake frosting. It's like the streamers, but it's fluffy like cotton, and they drape it around the tree in a circular motion, and then they have these big giant snowballs and even snowflakes that they sell. But you in the goddamn tropics, the tropics, ain't no snow there. You get my point? But we keeping a heat culture so damn much. We just, invent snow. Invent, something that white to put on the tree. And then your kids come downstairs who playing in the hot sun, who waking up in a pool of sweat because the night was hot because it's sweating, you turn the fan on. And they come downstairs in the vest because it's hot. And then you tell them, hang the snowball on the tree. You see how psychologically damaged we are? You see how ridiculous we are? You get the point? This is the white man's culture. This is his thing. You understand? That started with them damn Hamites. Right? Started with Nimrod and them. That's his thing. That ain't our thing. You get the point? Hold on. What we have next? Mistletoe. Mistletoe. Y'all have mistletoe in Trinidad? Y'all be doing mistletoe?
Maybe rare. I can't. Very, very rare.
Come on, Kareem, confess.
Nah,
Confess,
nah,
Kareem. You have one hanging
nah,
up right there in the doorway.
nah, nah.
Kareem quiet. Kareem's like, right? Mistletoe, right? Mistletoe is a plant they hang overhead, right? Let's read some of it. From the earliest times, mistletoe has been one. Hold on. God damn. 1 second. There we go.
You can't watch that. You watch
Right?
that.
From the earliest time, mistletoe has been one of the most magical, mysterious, and sacred plants of European folklore. Right? Of course, in Europe, white people was heavy into witchcraft. They heavy into, plants. They call them Wiccas. The Wiccas who worship the vegetarian. They also have Druid priests, witches and warlocks. That's why, biblically, what is a witch?
It's like a drug dealer.
A drug dealer. Now, before you had all the cocaine and everything else, what does a witch do?
Voodoo, black magic.
And black magic is make believe to really be honest with it, right? Now, all that shit is make believe. The effects of what they say is black magic is real though, but it's not black magic they use. It's something else. Go ahead.
Potions.
Potions come from what?
Plants.
Plants. That's what Wiccas are into. Witches and warlocks are into, right? Going and getting what? Plants. And instead of using them plants to help you, when you're sick, like, in the islands, they have different, they call them bush tea, right? They have something in Trinidad called what? I.S.U.P.K, right? You have a bad cough or cold, you drink some I.S.U.P.K. By the morning, you fresh, you good. Now, the same person who has knowledge of those type of plants will go get another plant to make your woman lose a child, to make you brain dead. Put 3-4 plants together, and then you fall into a coma where you just ain't waking up. That's what voodoo really is. It's just not extensive knowledge of herbs and plants and spices and shit like that. You get the point? But this is something that the Europeans used and did in their culture, in their pagan culture, a whole lot. You understand? Right? It was considered to bestow life and fertility. That's what they thought the mistletoe was. A protection against poison, an aphrodisiac, which somehow, in any heathen culture or custom, everything always comes back to sex. Everything always comes back to some, if you take this, it'll, lower blood pressure, it'll do this, it'll do that. I don't make you have sex more. Drink this, it'll make you taller, it'll make you faster, I don't make you have sex more. If you, rub this powder on your forehead, it would get rid of leprosy, it'll turn your blood white, and it'll make you have sex more. The heathen is very basic in knowledge. All they're concerned with is what fills their stomach and what gives them orgasm. So this mistletoe was taught to be an aphrodisiac, right? Which means something that would make you want to have sex, right? The mistletoe of the sacred oak was especially sacred to the ancient Celtic Druids, right? The Celts or Celtic or Celtic, however you want to pronounce it. I believe that's what Scotland or Ireland, one of them, dumbass food, right? On the 6th night of the moon, the Druid priests would cut the oak mistletoe sickle, right? A white robed Druid priest would be called a warlock. Female version of a male witch is called a warlock. Female is called a witch, right? 2 white bulls would be sacrificed amid prayers that the recipients of the mistletoe would prosper. Later, the ritual of cutting the mistletoe from the oak came to symbolize emasculation of the old king by his successor. Right? Just in case you never seen the mistletoe, hold on. Right, so the mistletoe would be growing from the oak. All right, y'all see it here?
Come.
All right, that's the mistletoe. Right? Facebook, you might be short today. Right, that's the mistletoe. Right? It would grow on an oak tree. Right, on the side of an oak like that. See how that looks? Right? The way this is the tree and it grows out of the tree.
All right.
It would grow like that. And it says it would later come to represent the emasculation of the old king by the new, meaning it's like you cutting his balls off. That's what they say. You get the point? Cutting the mistletoe from the oak will represent emasculating the king, meaning you cutting these stones off of this thing. You're taking away his masculinity because a man, you know, the biology of a man, that's where you know all your testosterone come from. You get the point? Your stones. So you're like cutting it off. So they're looking at this like this would bring all the good, you know, it's an aphrodisiac, it's going to bring you good luck, and it's going to make you want to have sex more. Because it represents, it's damn near similar to like a phallic symbol almost. You get me?
Right.
Good.
Right? Mistletoe was long regarded as both a sexual symbol and the soul of the oak, of that oak tree. Right? It was gathered at both midsummer and winter solstices. Right? That's times in the sky where the moon and the sun align a certain way. Right? The earth is tilted a certain way, the sun and the moon are aligned a certain way. It's called the winter solstice or the summer solstice. And around that time, they would have these festivities where they would gather these things. It's a sex symbol. It make you have more sex. You get the point? And the custom of using mistletoe to decorate houses at Christmas is a survival of the Druid and other pre-Christian traditions. The Greeks also thought that it had mystical powers, and down through the centuries, it became associated with many folklore customs. All right? Kissing under the mistletoe is first found associated with the Greek festival of Saturnalia, and later with primitive marriage rites. You understand? So now the first time they had the whole thing of kissing under the mistletoe was with that the Greek custom, or what Europeans worshipped as Saturnalia. All right? Saturnalia was an ancient Roman festival in honor of the god Saturn, December 17th in the Julian calendar, and later expanded with festivities through to the 23rd of December, which is the time we're really in. The Feast of Saturnalia. That's what this is really about. And Christmas Day came after. Adding that whole thing, that's, you know, that was really in with the councils of on one. But around that time with the councils, where they would decide, you know, that whole time with the councils, Constantine, where there was war between the church and the common people, and with conquering certain areas, they would make a deal with the common people in light of the common people accepting Christianity, they would let the common people keep certain parts of their pagan religion. You get the point? So a lot of Christian doctrine is hammered with pagan rituals. That's where Christmas comes from. That's where Easter comes from. All Saints Day. You know All Saints Day and All Souls Day? That's where that comes from. Is All Saints Day in the Christian churches when? Anybody knows when?
The 1st of November.
The 1st of November. And what do they do on All Saints Day?
Go and light up graves on thing.
They go and light up graves, right? They honor who? Who do they honor?
The dead relatives.
The dead. They go honor and pray to their dead relatives. Or All Saints Day or All Souls Day, which is December 1st, is October 31st. October 31st, famous for Halloween. You understand? So All Saints Day is a Christian or Catholic religion. Halloween is a pagan religion coming from Samhain celebration. It's spelled Samhain, S-A-M-H-A-I-N. It's pronounced Samhain. Right? They put that together to appease the common folk. Big up Hamakor. Hamakor says Sir Ramses was a nasty hoe. That's where they get the ho from. Yeah. Now you see where the Saturnalia, it's an old celebration. The holiday was celebrated with a sacrifice at the temple of Saturn in the Roman Forum and a public banquet, followed by a private gift giving. A private, continual partying, and a carnival atmosphere that overturned Roman social norms. You understand? You understand? Now you in Trinidad, right? You're in Trinidad, right?
Right.
Still, if you're in Canada, if you're in certain parts of the UK, it's something supposed to be coming together for you right now. Based on what I just read, the holiday was celebrated with a sacrifice in the temple of Saturn in the Roman Forum, a public banquet, followed by private gift giving, continuous partying, and a carnival atmosphere. What am I talking about? Come on. Come on, bring it home, Hakim. You're right there. You're right there in the country. Come on, yeah. I know you had to be putting this together now.
New Year's.
Not just New Year's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to read it one more time. Go ahead, Galawan.
Well, I was thinking Carnival, but...
But what?
Well, I was thinking that, Carnival,
All right. So now, explain it to me.
Because on Carnival, we have a lot of parties. Parties just going on continuously.
All right.
Fire fete.
Hold on. Before you start to name fete like Bungie. Hold on, Bungie. It have a ton of fete, right? When does the carnival season start?
February. The season.
When does carnival season start? I'm gonna check. I'm gonna test you now. I'm gonna test you. I'm gonna see where you're at.
Well, we could say New Year's Day, because all also they're playing carnival music.
Come on, Galawana. I'm out to revoke your passport, huh? I'm out to revoke your passport. I I'm out to check your pedigree. Come on, Kareem.
Amy, when the Carnival season started? Start right after Christmas?
You gotta be specific now. You gotta be specific. Karam Yahala, I know you know. Come on, brother, type it in.
Early February.
Say again?
And wonderful things can
Early
happen.
February.
Hold on.
And her soft purrs increase.
Right? Say again?
Early February.
No, brother.
That's lucky.
Who's this?
This is Ron.
Go ahead, Asalaki, brother.
Does it start December 31st? The eve of January 1st? No?
Nope. Karam Yala, where you at, brother? Come on. No problem. I'm gonna give it to you all for time's sake. Starts December 26th at 12:01 a.m. Boxing Day is the first day of Carnival.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You understand? Boxing Day. What does it have in Trinidad on Boxing Night? Don't know. Boxing Day, it's an old custom of, I believe that day you give gifts in boxes. I believe that's where they're getting the term Boxing Day from. In UK they have they celebrate Boxing Day as well, where they have all these horse races. They have the football league, wearing the hats, and all the gifts must be in boxes. I believe that's where it comes from, right? Some people may have some other explanations for it, but that's the best of my memory. Boxing Day is the day you give the gifts in boxes. I believe it had to do with traveling and all that stuff. But Boxing Day in Trinidad, what happens?
Salakia.
I'm glad you all don't know. That lets me know a whole lot. Good. Boxing Day usually is the first big carnival fete for the season. Usually, there's a big fete Boxing night. Is there what party is advertised for this Tuesday night in Trinidad? Had to be a party advertising on the radio somewhere.
Okay, I didn't hear no party as yet. I haven't heard none yet.
No sweat. Somebody gonna find it and pay attention to it. Usually December 26th, they have some party straight off the break. Right? Huge party. In Jamaica, what do they usually have? Sting. That Sting concert is Boxing night.
All right.
Right? That Sting concert where all the artists come together and like from 6 o'clock, I believe it's Christmas night, Sting is. Tomorrow night, like around 5 or 6, it starts and it goes straight into the next morning, Boxing morning, around 9 or 10 o'clock. And every single artist damn near in Jamaica is going to be on stage performing because of the party. You get the point? So, this is an old horse and pony show that they done twisted and marketed to us today. And we just carry the culture all the way through. Trinidad especially, you have the Christmas Day. After Boxing Day is Carnival Day 1. And it's fete and partying damn near every weekend from that time straight till March or February or whenever the hell it is.
So, Akia.
Go ahead.
The mama now had an incident there with the baby.
No sweat.
So I want a little excuse.
Go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing, Do your thing. Big up Kareem. Kareem just had a baby boy. Good, congratulations again, brother. Good job. Go and handle your business, all right?
All right, cool.
Good. So now that's, you know, the whole thing, all right? Right? Whoever the hell Esau is, the devil is, this is the wrong class for you to be acting a fool. Wrong class. Whichever Mexican woman turned you down, that ain't my goddamn problem. You have a problem with the tribes. That's your problem. Don't waste my time. Don't come in here and disrupt my class. Very much, please, kindly. All right. Okay. So you see that's with Saturnalia. You see the whole thing that's involved with it. All right. Revelry, the mistletoe. It's all about sex, hanging it up. Right. Let's go back to the mistletoe. Kissing under the mistletoe is first found associated with the Greek festival of Saturnalia and later with primitive marriage rites. They probably originated from two beliefs. One belief was that it has power to bestow fertility. It was also believed that the down from which the mistletoe would also possess life-giving power. In Scandinavia, mistletoe was considered a plant of peace under which enemies could declare truce or war, or warring spouses kiss and make up. Right? So you see what it's really just dumb foolishness. And now we have it, you know, amongst us. You understand? Whether you hang that mistletoe and anytime you're under it, you have to kiss it. It's all part of the Greek culture of Saturnalia, which predates Christmas and Christianity. You get the point? Now that married with the whole thing with Nimrod, and of course the Greeks trying to push what, you know, the remnants of the Bible and the Christianity, mixing it up together. They just say, you know, Christ, December 25th, you know, we're going to just paint him over Nimrod, and that'll be that. When it's all nonsense, it's all garbage. All right? Galawan, give me the scripture about Christ in the New Testament.
Where he was born, right? Come on. Find it here. Right, come on. In Luke chapter 2, from verse 4. All right. Luke chapter 2, verse 4. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth, into Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, right? To be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. And she broke,
Right?
And she brought forth her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes.
Right?
And
so Christ was born in the so-called tax season. Right? When Joseph and them went up to the city of David to be taxed in the so-called tax season. What else happened in the so-called tax season?
She was about to make her firstborn son.
She was full. The days of her labor had come to fruition, and she had completed her days of her carrying. But now we're talking about tax season. when the tax season is. What else happens during tax season or round about the same time as tax season?
The Passover.
The Passover. The Lord's Passover. You understand? Christ was born around the time of the Passover, along the time of tax season.
Okay. All right.
Right? That's when Christ was born, not December 25th. That wasn't the time of his birth. The time of his birth was around Passover, around tax season. Get the point? Around tax season was born. Right? So this thing we're looking at today, talking about Christ was born December 25th. You understand? They just don't know the Bible. Where's the other one where it says the sheep was in the field? You have that one? Did I send that one to you?
No, I know that one there. I know that one.
If I don't find it, I'm just paraphrasing for you. All right. 1 second.
So, Salakia, did the Bible ever give a specific date and month that Christ was born? Or
No.
Never.
No, because specific dates and months is not our culture.
Right.
That's not our culture, right? When you had to meet somebody somewhere, what do you say?
I'll meet them by this place if it's.
You will give the let me just do it a little faster. It's our culture to say, somebody say, well, when you coming? I'll be there in about 5 minutes.
All right.
Now 5 minutes, 5 person means what? 300 seconds?
Nah, a good time, just a short time.
A short time.
But,
it could be 15 minutes, it could be 30 minutes.
right.
You get the point? Like, we are never that type of people. We are, we mark time by who was in power, a big event that happened, or, do you remember the exact date you bought your car?
No.
Why? Was that the first car you ever owned, or you owned cars before?
The first car I ever owned, but I just never really.
You're supposed to remember the date, Galawan. That's the car birthday.
Well, the specific date, I don't know the date, but I know the month. But not the date.
Why you know the month? Why do you know the month?
Because it was a big, it was something big then.
It was a big deal.
Right.
Okay, what month was it?
July.
It was July.
Right.
Around July, it's vacation time, it's hot. You remember it was sometime in the middle of the year you bought your car.
Right.
You understand? Do you remember the exact date you found the I.S.U.P.K video?
No.
No. You remember the exact video you looked at?
Right.
Around what time did you find that I.S.U.P.K video? When was the first time you saw a video? How would you answer that? When was around the first time?
I would say 2 years ago. That is all I would.
2 years ago when? Around New Year's? Around Independence Day? Around Emancipation Day?
Yeah, around the middle of the month.
Middle of which month?
2 years ago.
2 years ago today? 2 years ago around this time?
Nah, middle of the month,
Slackers.
maybe August,
You mean middle of the year?
middle of the year.
Middle of the year. That's how Israelites remember things. You was going to say something, Knock?
I was gonna say most of us remember things by season
We
or
remember
by the time of the year. Yeah.
our culture is seasonal. Give me let me give you an example. Give me 2 Kings chapter 17. All right, let the other brother get. Galawan, you can hold where damn, I can't find the other one. But the other one says the sheep were in the field. The farmers, the shepherds had the sheep in the field around the time when Mary was having Christ. If it was winter, ain't no shepherd having no sheep in the field around winter. Ain't no grass to graze on. You get the point? Right? Give me 2 Kings 17 and 1.
17 and 1. 2 Kings chapter 17 verse 1.
Go ahead.
In the 20th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea, the son of.
I think you misread it. Read it one more time.
You said.
Read it one more time for me.
All right.
Yeah.
In the 12th year.
12th year. Right. Go ahead.
Of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea, the son of Elah, to reign area over Israel 9 years.
So when did, I'm asking both of you all this, right? When did Hosea begin his kingship, begin to reign in Samaria? What's the date?
The 12th year of the reign of Ahaz.
So what month is that?
No particular month.
No particular month. Right? Big up Hamakor. Captain Hamakor is solid as he could be. He just says, sir, all you have to do is read down. We was right there, Galawan. It's just 2 verses down. And that same scripture he was just reading that in Luke 2. So what a Hamakor. 2 Kings is just one example. We are not a people who have dates and times. We have the 14th day. Of course, with our holy days, it's different. Our holy days is set in stone according to the way how the moon moves. All right? But in terms of events that happen, the events that happen with us is always around, 2 years after this man was in power. You understand? Like we, even in our conversation, we be like, so when was the last time you went foreign? Man, it was right after election. Who in power now? UNC? Yeah, UNC first year. What year UNC win? 95? Well, yeah, it had to be 96. Like, that's how we check dates. We check for the brothers in America. They be like, yeah, man, when did you move? Man, I moved right around the time Obama won the election, man. What year he win? 2008? Yeah, well, it had to be the end of 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. Like, we check things based on an event. We're not like the white man who is every little detail he wants to see. He give you the time down to the second. You understand? We ain't like that. You get the point? His dress code is what? Everything sharp. Our dress code had the fringes and we free flowing. You understand? He want the beard sharp and taper down to the second. Where this bitch stop is where it stop, right? Wherever it stop on my face, that's where my beard is. What's the problem? You get the point? Our culture ain't, date and time. We ain't like that. The heathens do that because they stupid. You understand? Like what exactly this date and time? Even the fastest man on the earth. Like in Israel, if we had to run a race, who win? I don't give a damn 9 seconds, 8 seconds. For what? Like even today, this sidebar, the white man's Olympics. it's two races being run at once. That 100-meter dash for the fastest man in the world, it's two races ran at the same time. What are the two races that's ran?
The 100 meters, okay.
Say again?
The 100 meters.
Yeah, in that 100 meters, what are the two races?
40.
Nope. You running against everybody who lined up on that starting line, and you're running against time.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's the white man. That's the white man. Like, it's not enough that you're running against the fastest people in the world. He also wants you to run against that goddamn clock. So whereas Usain Bolt was faster than everybody, the white man say, if you could beat this time, I'll remember you for the rest of history. You get the point? When in Israel, who win? We didn't care about no goddamn time. They could run 100 meters in 20 seconds. Who come first? That's all we care about. You get the point? Like, it's not in our spirit to be that, finicky and down to the exact decimal about it. Like, even Israel, we are the people who would, you go somewhere and it costs you, $4 and I don't know, 83 cents. We more likely to leave the change amongst Israelites. We more likely to be like, don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? You say in Trinidad you have what? Them men who run PH, which is them taxis, which is ancient Uber. When they have Uber and Lyft now, amongst our people in Black and Hispanic communities, we was always doing them dollar cabs. You have your own car, you would drive people around for a couple dollars. Sometimes somebody might just tell you, nah, keep the change, brother. Like, we ain't that exact. You understand? In our culture, the white man is like that. You get the point?
So, Lucky.
Go ahead.
Some cultures, actually, even us, how we label ourselves as having CPT, color people time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? No, that could become a problem, right? That could become a problem, right? But in UPK, you're going to learn how to fix that problem, all right? No, I see any questions coming up. I'm going to get to them. There's two more things I wanted to get to. I'm going to get to them in short. This bitch right here, excuse my language, right? He's a child molester and a pedophile, right? They call him Santa Claus. What's another name for Santa Claus?
Satan Claus.
Satan Claus. Well, that's what we call him. There's another name called what? Old Saint
Nick.
Old Saint Nick. Old Saint Nick. This white man, like every other popular white man, has roots in a black man somewhere. All right? Saint Nicholas of Myra, right? He was an archbishop in Myra in southern Asia around the 4th century. That's where Santa Claus comes from. You understand? That's where Santa Claus originally comes from. I believe he participated in that council as well. One of them councils, I believe, is Nicaea. All right? This is what he actually looks like. This is the dude right here. As you can see, this is a black man. I think that's clear. That's obvious, right? Does everybody understand that?
All right.
Right? He was in the 18th century. This is an 18th century archaeology from Moscow. The Europe was called the Neri. The western part was the Galopi. Neri means black. Galopi is white. We used to rule the eastern parts of Europe. Those eastern countries, Eastern European countries, Russia, some parts of Turkey also have all those icons. That's why they have the Russian icons. They have the true images of the brothers in the Bible, the sisters in the Bible as black. The original Saint Nick was a black man. I think he grew up as an orphan. He inherited a ton of power. And what he would do is go around and help kids out in the different orphanages, giving the gifts. They took his legacy and gave it to this bitch right here. They're wearing, this is the original Saint Nick, right? Nicholas, I think Thaumaturg, I think is the name. I might be wrong at the whole name, right? But Nicholas, all right? That's who he is a lie, all right? Last thing. Hold on, just a few more things. You might go over a little bit, all right? All right. Second. Bear with me, bear with me. All right. Another element of Christmas is Krampus. Krampus. Right?
Mm.
Somebody laughing. Somebody heard about Krampus before.
Gun.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Krampus. In folklore, of course, all this bullshit is made up. Anthropomorphic, whatever that is, figure described of half goat, half demon.
Mm.
Right? Once again, it's some animal who there's sex involved somewhere. I guarantee it. Right? Who during the Christmas season punishes children who have misbehaved. So one man rewards the children and then Krampus comes and punishes them. Y'all leave the damn kids alone, man. God damn. Jesus in hell. What the hell is the y'all got with some? Why ain't nobody punishing these adults? Ain't nobody punishing Trump? Hell. Damn kids. Right? He punishes children who have misbehaved in contrast with Saint Nicholas. Wards well behaved with gifts. Right? Krampus is one of the companions of Saint Nicholas in several regions, including Austria, Bavaria, which is Germany, Croatia, Czech Republic, Hungary, Slovakia, Slovenia, South Tyrol, and parts of northern Italy. They always strike me as something retarded around these regions. Them Austrian, them Germans, Croatia, the language is halfway retarded. That's Schwarzenegger land. See that old dying, dong, I'll be back. That's halfway retarded land. All right. The origin of the figure is unclear. Some folklorists and anthropologists have postulated it as having pre-Christian origins. I want to believe that. And so that's what Krampus is. Krampus is supposed to be a demon, a half goat, half man that would punish kids. Krampus looks like Pan. Pan is a sort of, I think, excitement or pleasure or whatever, but he deals with kids, with exciting kids. And Never Never Land that Michael Jackson had is of Pan, God, which was half man, half goat. Of course, they have the whole sexual overtones with them. So this is this here is where's Krampus? Terrifying holiday tradition, Krampus. So all this is what you're celebrating right here. All right. Right, you see them in the streets? This thing that looks like a half man, half goat walks through the streets and beats you and, you know. All sorts of craziness.
Wir pflegen unseren Brauchtum und das machen wir jedes
Right?
Jahr.
They say we care for our traditions and we do this every year. What does that sound like? Everybody who you ever told stop Christmas. So we do this every year. This is our tradition. This is our culture. This is their culture. Right?
Tirol noch Kärnten, also quer durch ganz Österreich.
Right? For us, this is a real enrichment of our lives. Christmas is everything.
Und das ist wirklich eine Bereicherung für uns. Reden tun wir nicht gern, wir handeln lieber. Also, nur Zeit heute noch. Komm her zu mir.
Right? You hear what he said? This is sounding way too homosexual and pedophile. We don't like to talk. We prefer action. This is going to be a huge fun night. This is going to be huge fun tonight. Oh no. It's that song extra rapey, y'all. Extra rapey. You know what I mean? Right? German folklore says Krampus beats naughty children. Right? So that's you could look this up more if you want to. There's a ton of videos out on it. Showing you all them, once again, heathen culture, heathen ways of doing things. All right? That's all right. You get me? Got one read. Keep reading where it was at in Luke 2. Baba Kusha.
Luke chapter 2, verse 7. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn.
Right, there was no room for them in the inn. You know why? Because it was Passover season. And just like when you come to New York, the whole hotel out for everybody, you can't check in there if you come around Passover time when we did. You understand? It's a national festival. It's going to be booked up, right? And there was no room in the inn, so they had to go back. Go ahead.
And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night.
What?
Keeping watch over their flock by night.
Read it from the top there. And there were what?
And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night.
You understand? So how could it be winter time, December 25th, and a shepherd out in the field at night? If you don't know nothing about winter, at night it's cold. It's extra cold. Not to mention there's gonna be snow on the ground. But on a summer night, spring night, it's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's bearable. And the grass is green. It's fresh. You bring the goats out to start grazing again so they can start getting that wool ready to be shaven. Christ was not born in the dead of winter. All right? Let me just read a little bit more here on this thing. The St. Nicholas festival we are describing incorporates cultural elements widely distributed in Europe. In some cases, going back to pre-Christian times. Nicholas himself became popular in Germany around the 11th century. The feast dedicated to this patron of children is only one winter occasion in which the children are objects of special attention. Others being Martinmas, the Feast of Holy Innocents, some gay as hell, and New Year's Day. Masked devils acting boisterously and making nuisances of themselves are known in Germany since at least the 6th century, while animal masked devils combining dreadful comic antics appeared in medieval church plays. A literature, much of it by European folklorists, bears these objects. Austrians in the community we studied are quite aware of heathen elements being blended with Christian elements in the St. Nicholas customs and in other traditional winter ceremonies. They believe Krampus, a pagan supernatural, who was assimilated to the Christian devil. So all that is Christmas. Now, Galawan, this is a question for the brothers in the islands. We already read that Saturnalia was a feast where they had gift giving, partying, and a carnival type atmosphere. Saturnalia was celebrated by the Greeks and the Europeans. We just read another European custom that involves Krampus. It's of course folklore, it's a myth, but it's these men wearing masks with horns, pretending to attack everybody, especially little children. Where is that in Trinidad culture? Where is that in Caribbean culture? Galawan, come on with me.
That's Carnival.
Be specific. But hold on one second. Don't worry about Sheena Cummings. I'm gonna answer her question in a second, and everybody else who's asking, somebody else on Facebook, Dina something, Israelite, whatever. I'm gonna answer all the questions. Quiet and wait until I get to you. All right.
Salaki.
Be specific, Galawan. Go ahead.
Oh, is it Bacchanal? The celebrate Bacchus.
Bacchus is a similar image god, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, I think Bacchus has that type of image.
Hmm.
There's something very specific. You probably have to be from the island to know it. Come on, Galawan. Ramyala, where you at?
No, the only thing I think about is Carnival.
It is Carnival, but be specific with it. Now, when I play it, brother, you're going to be mad with yourself. And especially where you from, you're supposed to know this, huh? All right, everybody can see the screen?
In Trinidad, traditional mask characters known as Jab Molassie or Molasses Devil is one of...
Right, you hear what it is? Traditional characters known as Jab Molassie or Molasses Devil or the Jab Jab. Right, that's what they call them in Trinidad, Jab Jab.
Characters known as Jab Molassie or Molasses Devil is one of the oldest forms of carnival characters dating back to the days of slavery. It's in commission in continuing the tradition of resistance and rebellion in honor of West African ancestors, bringing focus on African roots after the end of slavery.
Right, which is all bullshit. That comes from Greek culture. That ain't no African culture. That's Greek culture.
Since the carnival was 20th century, they moved into the...
Right, y'all see the brothers in the back with the horns on the head?
Okay.
This is a half-ass Jab Jab costume. When I was growing up, brother, just took me into Port of Spain, which is the city of Trinidad, for Carnival, brother. And Juve was one of the most horrific experiences I had in my life as a child. Brother, these brothers would have oil on them. But okay, these brothers dress, they didn't put effort into it. They're just doing it to have fun. Jab Jab would have on something like what Krampus would wear. But they would be in either all black with oil dripping or all blue. And they would walk around with a whip and crack the whip. And then they would have the gasoline with the fire, and they would have like a Molotov cocktail, a bottle with gas in it that's lit. And then they'll have another bottle drinking the gas and blowing the fire. So imagine you as a child with hair all over, with a damn goat face and horns, with a whip, and he running up and screaming, and the only thing of color on him is his tongue, because everything is painted blue or black. And he stick his tongue out and scream and then crack the whip and breathe fire. as a child, brother, you fully scared. You understand? You fully scared. I'm trying. Let me see if I can find another video of it. The horns.
Right.
This is just carnival. You know, they enjoying themselves, dancing on the gills and stuff. The original Jab Molassie, brother, was a horrific thing in the streets. And that's Krampus. That's Krampus just extended pagan people who we don't have become. You get my point?
Right.
Who we don't have become. Now they're gonna fight and say, well, nah, that's not Krampus, that's, you know, carnival this, carnival that. Carnival, it comes right out of Christmas. It starts with Christmas. You understand? It fully starts with Christmas. Go ahead.
In some European countries as well, they have something called Zwarte Piet, which is a black boy with soot all over him, all over his clothes, and he takes the place of like the Krampus figure. I don't know if you heard of it. Zwarte Piet.
What is it called?
Zwarte Piet. Z-W-A-R-T-E, and Piet is the last name. Zwarte Piet.
Zwarte. No, that Zwarte is a
swarthy, yeah, black.
It's a variation of swarth. Swarth means dark, or black, like dark, right? Black Piet. That's I've seen it right now, right? That was a, you know, almost like with them minstrel shows. That's what, you know, where they paint the face black and that's how the lips red. That's what I think. But this Jab is Krampus, Krampus Salaki in the middle of carnival, right? This just Jab is Krampus, brother. Looking for one so y'all could see it, brother. It's, you know, hard to find it now because now the carnival don't get real, you know, lazy. That's the best way I could describe it. It got, you know, lazy. Where, you know, when you're growing up, it was so important that the same men would play those characters every year. You know, the Moko Jambi, those men who would stand on those tall stilts.
Right.
Same guys every year because they're just the best at doing it. And they just, you know, go all out into the costume. You get me? They go all out into the costume. All right, let me show you all this video here. Hopefully this might help. All right. 1 second. All right, you'll see the video, right?
I don't know.
All right, and this came from, once again, at one time in Trinidad, the carnival was only for the upper class people. Being poorer wanted to partake in it. They took on what you call the juve, which is when you put mud all over yourself. And then this Jab Molassie thing was, you know, part of what us. So you see how the brother, they painted themselves in something else. Now, if you notice, there's a brother in the back here, the guy in front with a rope. Yeah, you have to be looking for it. Right here. See him? See holding him with the rope? Now the guy in front is acting like he's a demon. Or he's a deranged pit bull. You see this one right in front here with the horns?
Right.
And the red on his mouth is really blood because he done bite somebody. There's a blue one in the back. The video before we watched, some of them was black. And they would have somebody holding them. And the guy who holding them would pretend to not be paying attention. And then the demon runs into the crowd as if he's going to grab a child. And then the guy would pull him back. Then he would breathe fire and then crack the whip. You get the point?
Right.
Talk like if he's Satan. And we just read that Krampus was married into Christianity to replace the devil. Because it's all pagan, it's all Christian in nature. You understand? You see how he's spitting out the black thing? It's all to freak you to hell out of. But imagine you a little child seeing this growing up. Until you get older and you realize it's just men. You scarred for life. Salak. You understand? And this, you know, you would think this is Trinidad culture. You don't know, you just extending Christmas. You get the point? You just extending the Christmas holiday we get from white people. You understand? You with me?
Come on.
You there? All right. Last few things. Galawan, you wanted the high holy days. Let me get Leviticus 23 real quick. Start at verse 1.
Right. Come on. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even those are my feasts.
Right? So Leviticus 23 is a list of all the holy convocations of the Lord, the feast of the Lord. All right, go ahead.
6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest. And hold.
Right, 6 days shall go ahead. 6 days. Go ahead.
Yeah. Come on. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest.
Right, 6 days shall work be done. The 7th is the Sabbath of rest. Sabbath is on the first list of the holy days. All right. The entire Leviticus 23rd chapter, it tells you our high holy days, our holidays. The word holiday comes from. The word holiday, HOLIDAY, is really holy day. All right. The white man trying to faggotize every goddamn thing, just, you know, right? Like, it's the holidays. No, it's holy day. So this is a holy day. This is a separate day. We don't serve, you know, anybody else but the Lord on this day. That's what it is. So you read the entire Leviticus 23, you're going to get that. 23, add the book of Esther for the Feast of Purim, right, which is coming up, which is the next, it's not a high holy day, but it's one of our holy days. It's a memorial, it's a remembrance of when the Lord, how to put it, thwarted the attempt of this Greek and this Amalekite trying to kill the whole nation. And the Lord put him to death and gave us power over that nation to put them to death. Persians, which were against today. All right? It was the East Indian and power, the Persian Empire. And they had a Greek or Amalekite, and he was plotting to kill us all. The Feast of Purim, of pearl casting lots. They were casted lots to kill us and murder us. The Lord flipped that whole thing back on their head, and we had power over them, killed some of them. First Maccabees, I guess the first 4 chapters for the Feast of the Dedication, and that all together makes up calendar for the year. From the Sabbath day, Purim, Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, Memorial blowing of trumpets, the Feast of Booths, Feast of First Fruits. Well, Feast of First Fruits first, Feast of Booths after, Hanukkah, and then start all over again. And then, of course, every 7 days, Sabbath. All right? Give me First Maccabees 14:9 for your, what the priest would wear.
Leviticus chapter 14.
No, First Maccabees in the Apocrypha. You get that for me in the Apocrypha. And then the other brother, go ahead when you get it.
First Maccabees chapter 14. All right, come. Now in the 103 score and 12th year, King Demetrius gathered his forces together and went into
14 and 9. 14 and 9.
14 and 9. First Maccabees chapter 14, verse 9. The ancient men sat all in the streets.
One more time. You timed out a little bit.
The ancient men sat all in the streets, communing together.
Hold on 1 second. Slack, say it one more time.
The ancient men. Right? Can you hear me, right? The ancient men sat all in the streets, communing together of good things, and the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel.
Right? The ancient men sat in the street communicating of good things. Like in the islands, you would find that there's always an area, we call it the corner or the block, where the older brother is always there, somebody's shop, by somebody's parlor shop. The Hispanic community, they call it the bodega. Right? The bodega, that corner store where Papi own, hey Papi, what's going on? Papi own everything there. You're getting your bread and your soap and your baking soda and your toothpaste there. Right. And you have brothers who older in the community who might be playing cards, dominoes outside. Okay? And the younger men would wear glorious warlike apparel. They would come up looking ready for war. Why? Because the scripture says age is for wisdom and youth is for strength. When there's a war, it's a young man going to fight. You get the point? That's what we wear. Glorious warlike apparel. That's why we wear what we wear. Our stuff is glorious and royal. Don't get mad when you see us with the shield and the studs and the chains and the rings and the boots and the fringes laced up tight, looking like we're ready to kill. That's what we wear. That's our clothing. Out here, that's how brothers wear. That's why, that's why Timberlands and boots became a big part of our culture, because it's warlike apparel. It's for the war. You're in, wearing your nice thing. Even in Benjamite culture, what them Rastas does wear? What kind of clothing them Rastafarians wear?
Salakia, they wear like fatigue apparel.
Fatigue apparel.
With the yeah.
Right? That's what they're famous. They have songs about it. Right? There's an artist called Richie Spice. He has a song where he say Gideon boots and my khaki suit, because Gideon was a famous what? So he's saying, I'm putting on my Gideon boots and my khaki suit to stand up in Babylon and defend the truth, because we always had that warfare spirit about us. All 12 tribes. And that's how we are. So that's your first scripture. Next, you go to Exodus 28. All right, let the other brother read it. All right, Galawan, follow along. All right?
All right, come on.
Exodus chapter 28, started at verse 1.
Another one, Khan. Exodus 28, verse 1. And take thou unto thee Aaron, thy brother, and his sons
Hold on 1
him.
second. Hold on 1 second. Galawan, you have your Bible dictionary?
Come on. Zondovan, right? Yes.
Right, get your Zondovan ready. Look up dress or attire. DRESS or attire. Look up dress, I believe. All right, just get that ready for me. Sister who asked about us covering our head isn't covered. There's a hole right here. Right now, in about 2 minutes. So you could go back and tell your fake Israelite leader that he don't know the truth, and you get the truth in the UPK. So next time you know, before you start questioning anything we do up here. Just know if you see something we do up here and it seems foreign to you. If you come to this class for the first time and you see something up here that's, oh, look how they have the cross on Santa Claus. They're wrong. Nah, nigga, you wrong. You in a cult. You in a fake religion. You in a fake organization. Everything is right. Everything is right. You understand? As I always say, Christ is only black if it comes from the UPK. If you say it, Christ ain't black. Christ is only black if he comes, if you hear it from our mouth. So just keep that in mind. You come to class the first time and you seeing something look weird, the headscarf, the rings, the chains, the shield of David, just know that you haven't been taught. That's why it looks weird to you. Exodus 28:1. Quick.
Exodus 28, verse 1. And take thou unto thee Aaron thy brother, and his sons with him, from among the children of Israel, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office, even Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, Aaron's sons.
So now this is Moses getting instruction. Take Aaron, so he could minister unto me, a priest. He could build a priesthood to serve the Lord. And who was the high priest? All right, go ahead.
Verse 2. And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, for glory and for beauty.
So now these garments are what kind of garments?
Holy garments.
Holy garments. Meaning what?
Separate.
Separate garments. These are not garments you wear every day. This is not what you wear to go to the gym. It's what you wear to pretend to be Krampus. This is holy garments. So you get the point? Go ahead.
Verse 3.
And it's meant to be a thing of beauty and glory for any one of you fools who like to watch our Passover videos and secretly wish it could be fly like us. I type some kind of comment like, look what they're wearing. They're just doing too much. Nigga, we gonna do too much until Christ come back. That's the only how Christ gonna come back. Much. And we can continue doing too much because our garments are supposed to be glorious and a thing of beauty. Because we preach to the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted, from whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they may make Aaron's garments to consecrate him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. Right?
So now, he basically telling you, go to certain people could make Aaron's garment. You get the point? Just think the leaders of the heathen communities. Trump ain't wearing, you know, some low-class suit. He wearing good, Givenchy and Armani suits. He wearing top shit. It's the same thing for the priest. You understand? When you see Commander Gen.YAHANNA step out, brother, it's a sight to behold. General Hyman, forget about it. Right? General Hazayan, General Sharma, General Katham, General Kubalma. When you see them brothers step out with their garment, it's like, whoa. That jump. You have been watching clapping, and then he's like, that next year. That's what a priest wears. You get the point? It's supposed to make you stop in your tracks, nigga. I'm a priest of the Lord. It's supposed to make you be like, God damn. It's supposed to do that. Yeah, I know. Keep looking. Verse 4.
Verse 4. And these are the garments which they shall make, a breastplate, and an ephod,
right? And this is
and
what
a robe
for the priest, right? Which is something the priest would wear, like a huge medallion over them. Sometimes it would wear like a shield. Sometimes it's a chain, a big piece in front, right? You all ever see that Ariak hat, right? Them fools in Kemet, they like to mock him and call it the door knocker with the lion. That's a breastplate. It's just not a huge breastplate, but that's also a breastplate, right? Because of how it is, right there. You get the point? Make the breastplate and an ephod. You know what the ephod is?
Isn't the ephod the have the 12?
Look it up.
Okay.
Look it up. Look it up if you ain't sure. Look it up. Look it up. Ephod.
Another one, come.
Yeah, come on.
Just hold it right there. I'm gonna tell you where to start reading.
Salakia, ephod. In ancient Israel, a sleeveless garment worn by Jewish priests.
A what type of garment?
A sleeveless garment.
A sleeveless garment. Hold on, brother. Hold on. You're gonna make me pull out something here now. A sleeveless garment.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Oh, that's one somewhere. Keep reading. A sleeveless garment, what?
Worn by priests.
Uh-huh. That's all you have?
Pardon, sir? Worn
That's
by
all you have?
Jewish. Let me see, sir. I might have more.
Ain't no sweat. We could rock with some more. Now go back to script here.
Okay.
All right, read again.
And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate, and an ephod, and a robe, and a broidered coat, a mitre, and a girdle.
Right, a breastplate, an ephod, and a robe. Sleeveless garment. Right, ain't got no sleeves. That goes over it. Example of somewhere it looks like. All right, you'll see them a ton of times at the Passover. Right? Hold on, we're going a little bit longer tonight, Akin. Just bear with me just a few more minutes, all right?
All
right. Yeah, I'm so like I just came into the next room because my phone was dying, right? I just came to charge it, right? I just in the next room.
It's still wild with you. You could you able to rock?
Yeah, come on.
Hold on. All right, everybody there still?
Yeah, come on.
All right. Right? This is an ephod. Right? All these brothers is wearing it. Right? That garment you see us wear. This was Passover. This was about 3 years ago.
Right.
This is a Carnival. I am here getting raised up. This garment Commander GEN.YAHANNA is wearing is absolutely insane. You understand? You see what he's wearing there? Fringes.
Right.
This is a sleeveless coat underneath. He has a pirate shirt underneath. But then this is a sleeveless coat right here with the fringes. Their armor going over the top of it. And that is an outstanding garment. Look at the damn scarf around the neck. Brother, shit. I know nothing about the truth, and I see him, I see anybody else, I'm following him. he gonna keep me alive. I don't know what the hell your purple nigga gonna do, or your Christian or your imam gonna do. This is biblical. Down to the studs. I ain't done. Y'all stick with me. Down to the studs. It is biblical. Keep reading on.
And the robe, and broidered coat, and mitre.
An embroidered coat. A coat with some sort of designs on them. Right? Designs. You all can't see it because of how far it is. But this armor piece, this is leather. He embroidered. It's heavily carved. It has designs on it. You're going to have to get close to him to see it. And a lot of y'all ain't going to get close, so you can't see it. I can tell you, I've been right there. All right? You have the Shield of David, lions on it, a ton of handcrafted work. This was Captain Nathak's work. You get the point? Just like it said, he had to appoint a certain person who worthy enough to make a garment for the priest. You get the point? Ain't no woman, ain't no, we ain't buying this from the Catholic Church. This is biblical here. Go ahead.
A mitri.
A what?
A mitri.
A mitri. What is a mitri? This thing that Captain Nathak wearing here. I sometimes rock it. A few brothers will rock it. Captain Kahan, you see Commander GEN.YAHANNA rocking a mitri every now and then. A mitri, it's a headpiece with the center open. What I'm currently wearing is a war scarf, a headpiece with the center open. Commander GEN.YAHANNA is wearing the same thing for that sister who was, you know, acting like we doing something wrong. We're going to break down the mitri to you in a second. Hold that Bible dictionary. Keep reading up.
And a girdle. And they
and a girdle, which is a war belt. Which is a war belt, as you see Commander GEN.YAHANNA wearing, right? Handcrafted, buckles, and looking royal as hell, brother. Looking like something that costs $1 million, because as the scripture says, it's a thing of beauty and glory, right? Beauty and glory. Give me verse 8.
Verse 8. And the curious girdle of the ephod, which is upon it,
right,
shall be of the same.
Curious girdle. Anybody know why they call it a curious girdle? Okay, just think Israelite, how we talk. How we talk. A curious girdle. If it's curious, what does that mean about it? How do people look at it?
As an oddity.
It looks like an oddity. And what else? Right? Amatiza says it stands out. That's correct.
Oh, unique?
Unique. Okay, it's just another way of saying, and that badass girl, that fly girl, he had on a rough jump. Like, man, that shit was bad as hell. What else we say? Give me some slang that means this shit was bad.
Dope.
Dope? He had on a dope girdle. And that dope girdle, that curious girdle, long time when you're growing up, plywood. You know what I mean? Like, it's saying that curious girdle. I mean, this can't be no regular belt. This had to be a belt that stands out. It stands out. Curious girdle. Go ahead.
Which is upon it, shall be of the same, according to the work thereof.
Right? It shall be of the same, according to the work thereof. Meaning, try to make this shit match that junk on that coming down in front of you. Make it look right. Now you see why we wear what we wear. People like to look at us like, you're crazy. No, nigga, you crazy. You just don't know what you're talking about. You understand? Give us now. No, give me hold on. Hold on. Right, all that you could read up on yourself as you go on. Give me verse 13.
Verse 13. And thou shalt make ouches of gold. And 2 chains of pure 14.
No, Salakia. Ouches of gold. Right? Yeah, read 14.
And 2 chains of pure gold at the ends. Of wreathen work shalt thou make them, and fasten the wreathen chains to the ouches. Okay.
Anybody know what ouches is? They call them ouches.
Ouches. Okay.
Anybody know what ouches mean? Or ouches? Look it up quickly.
Yeah.
I know we're running over. Merry Christmas. Where you in a hurry to go? You ain't got to go nowhere. Shit. What are you in a hurry to go do? Ooches.
Ooches, an Old English word denoting cavities or sockets in which gems were set. An Old English word denoting cavities or sockets in which gems were set.
An Old English word denoting what?
Cavities or sockets in which gems were set.
You'll see a guy book right there.
Mm.
Them ooches. You'll see them, right? You'll see them, right? Ooches is something, meaning it's something you make out of a metal that you could put a stone in or a gem in.
Mm.
Garments be studded up with rhinestones and like really these would be diamonds and real gold.
Mm.
You get the point? Because that's what a priest's supposed to wear: studs and gold and these and belt, a curious war belt. Like, God damn, what the hell is he wearing?
Oh, Salakia, sir.
Like, that's a priest's garment. Go ahead, warrior.
I have more definition: a clasp, buckle, brooch, especially worn of ornament, the setting of a precious stone.
Precious stone. You get the point?
Got it, one cut.
No. Galawan, you got it for me? Oh, brother, you have a Bible dictionary?
Allah, sir, I don't.
So, Galawan, you ready?
Yeah, can. This is
right.
This is page 100.
Go ahead. You know where it is?
The word just, right? Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
What page you on?
This is page 135.
All right, go to 137. All right, go to page 137. This is for the sister who misspoke. And I'm gonna take it that you misspoke because you didn't know no better, because you're probably following somebody who don't know no better. All right? Is the name Dinah Judah Israel, right? You don't know no better and you're gonna get taught now. You're gonna learn today. All right, go ahead. Give me verse give me page 127. In the middle right there where it says the basic garments. Paragraph down, the basic garments, 137. What you have, the compact or you have the regular one?
Right. Yeah, come on, sir. I got it, sir. Right?
All right. Go ahead.
The basic garments in general used among the men of biblical times consisted of the inner tunic, the tunic coat, the girdle, and the cloak. Added to
so
this
that's what we just described. The ancient tunic, the girdle, the coat, something that goes over it. All right, keep going.
Added to this was the headdress and the shoes.
This was the headdress. Something you put on your head. Go ahead.
And the shoes or sandals.
And shoes or sandals. Oh, that's biblical. Shoes and sandals. Keep reading.
The word skirt, found a number of times in the Bible, usually refers to an article of male-female clothing and has a number of meanings.
Read it again, you went out a little bit.
The word skirt, found a number of times in the Bible, usually refers to an article of male, not female.
The skirt is that's garment and the hem. Skip down to the headdress. The next paragraph.
The headdress was chiefly worn as a protection against the sun.
Stop right there. Stop right there. The other brother, give me 1 Corinthians 11 and 4. All right, quickly. Go ahead, Galawan.
Protection against the sun and a finish to a completed costume.
Right? The headdress was chiefly wearing as protection from the sun and a finish to a completed gear. Just like how Israel rock. You wearing something fly, need a Yankee fitted. Need a big brim Lakers or Dodgers hat. You need something on your head to look fly, a scully. Something that look fly. Right? Right or wrong?
Got one come.
All right. Where the volume coming from? All right. Where the volume coming from? All right. Keep going, Galawan.
It varied from time to time.
Hold on. What? Mute whatever you're looking at. That's what's jamming my about. Is it muted? That ain't coming from me. Whoever. Is somebody, one of you are looking at the actual class on something else?
Nah.
Okay, hold on. Shouldn't echo. All right, let's try it again. Go ahead.
Right.
Bear with me one. Okay. All right, try it now.
Right. It varied from time to time. According to rank, sex, and nationality.
Okay. Hold on. Run. Check your screen out. Something up on your screen.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, everything's to wide. As far as I can see, I can mute it if you want.
Nah. Galawan, what about you?
Nah. Everything good. I could try to mute it and see.
Different? Do anything different?
Allah, sir.
Man, y'all messing me up. What about now? All right. So where's that echo coming from? Run, try using your not your camera, but your mic.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
All right. Yeah, Ron, it's yours. You may have opened up the actual class somewhere because you're watching it live on your Hangout. So you're hearing the live and then the feedback coming. So just check your phone and close it out somewhere. Galawan, read the headdress quickly. Because we're way over the time already.
It varied from time to time according to rank, sex, and nationality. In the main, however, there were 3 known types that were worn by male members of the Hebrew and surrounding nations.
Right? There were 3 main types of head attire that were worn by the Hebrews. Go ahead.
The cap, the turban, and the head cap.
Right? Cap looks like a like that military general hat, like what you would see Kapash wearing. There's older pictures of Commander Gen.YAHANNA wearing it, and General Mayak, we rock it too. It's called a beret. That beret, we would wear something like that. What else does it say we wear?
The turban.
Turban is also called the mitri. which is that thing it goes interlocking. All right, go ahead.
And the headscarf.
And the headscarf, right? The headscarf, right? That's what we would wear, right? We would wear those things. Keep reading.
Okay. The ordinary brimless cotton or woolen cap.
Brimless.
Corresponding somewhat.
Brimless. It didn't have no brim like a baseball cap. Right? It was brimless. It didn't have a brim. Right? Go ahead.
Corresponding somewhat to our skull cap was sometimes worn by men of poorer circumstances. Captives were seen wearing these as they were depicted.
All right, go to the next sentence. Go to the next sentence. The turban. The next sentence. The very next sentence.
Right. The turban, hood, in Isaiah 3, chapter 23, was made of thick linen material and formed by winding a scarf about the head in artistic style and neatly the ends, that of the height.
Right? That was called a mitri, right? Our head attire, those are three descriptions of what we wear. And they all have a hole in it. The mitri would go around the head and leave the crown of your head exposed. It's a hole in it. The headscarf is a hole in it. All right? The brother ain't come back on yet, so I'm going to just paraphrase. That scripture, 1 Corinthians 11, where it said, any man praying or prophesy with his head covered, dishonoreth his head. Our heads are not covered. Simple. We have something called a head attire, which is traditional among Hebrew priests. You are Hebrew Israelite, and you walking around with a damn office cut. You ain't no goddamn priest. You're supposed to have a mitri, a headscarf, a war band, or a goddamn beret on your head with ouches of stones in it, of silver and gold that look fly as God as hell of it. You don't know what you're talking about. Our heads ain't covered. It's very much uncovered. You get the point? I believe that's where we are. I think we had one more question, but that fool might have already left. All right. Where's your brother? Ron, you could come on back if you square that thing away. All right. Somebody was asking about the Shield of David. I believe it was Sheena Cummings. Sounds like you from Trinidad too. Those two swords in the star is the Arab sword. What madness is this sword using each of symbol? All right, Sheena Davis, with all due respect, you are an utter fool.
Can you hear me, sir?
You're going to have to mute it. Because the feedback coming from you, you have something extra open.
Yeah. I don't know. I checked it. Everything's the same. But I don't know what it could be.
Okay. Back in. Jump back in.
Okay, another one come.
All right, no sweat. All right, you are simple and stupid as the game goes. Right? That whoever Sheena's, hurry up and jump out. Right.
Come.
You need to totally get off. Close the link out and then come back in.
Okay. Another one come.
You understand? Close the whole thing out and then come back in. Mute your phone then.
Oh, still there?
All right. Whoever this Sheena Cummings in, she don't know what she's talking about. This is not the symbol of the Arabs. The symbol of the Arab is the moon and the goddamn star. It has nothing to do with swords, you simpleton. Star. Look up the definition of a star It's a ball of gas. Ain't teaching you a goddamn thing. You're probably sitting at home watching some fake Israelite group or some Muslim group or some Christian group, and you don't know nothing. This is David's signet or his signature. In the Hebrew, Da is a triangle. Y looks like a damn wire. I already explained it already. You come to class late. It's not a star. It's a literal ball of gas. Does this look like a damn ball of gas? Fool? It's not a ball of gas. What you should do is do what you've been doing for the last how much years, which is go celebrate Christmas. This ain't for you. You don't have to get this. All right? You don't have to get this. You could go celebrate Christmas and continue doing what what you've been doing. Educated folk. For the folk who not scared of Krampus and go sing to the goddamn tree and all that nonsense. Everybody knows this is a shield. This is David's signet star. If you walking around talking about it's a star, you're dumb. You're stupid. Because a star is a ball of gas. It's nothing else. All right, nothing else. I believe I deal with all the questions. Galawan, I got all the questions so far?
Can.
All right, no sweat. We good to go. So now with that, we're ready to rock. I see. This is what she said. I was going and join IUIC, but the prophet Nathaniel is a Freemason, and they use a lot of witchcraft, satanic hand signs. I want to know the Bible's. Okay, listen. Hurry up and go join IUIC. That's the right place for you. All right, hurry up and go join IUIC. All right, you want to learn lies in your love, go join them purple faggots. Anybody in Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados, Guyana close by that wants to find the truth, it's a Galawan, priest and officer Galawan of the I.S.U.P.K. in Trinidad who running things down. They're going everywhere where the police scared to go and learn the truth. You go find him and understand the truth, learn the truth, and you're gonna get the knowledge of the Lord, and you ain't gonna be walking around like a simpleton talking about you. Why you have a star on your head? Bro, you ever see a star in your life? Like this. But you want to tell me about I'm following the white man. When you following the goddamn white man. You following him and his philosophy. This is not a star. A star doesn't look like this. A star is gas that glows. It looks like a star. It's gas that glows. Right? This is the shield of David. It's David's signature. Right? You should join every fake Israelite group because they don't know nothing what you're talking about. All right? With that, we're done with the class today. I know we went a little bit long, but we had to get a few things out. All right? So we good to go, right, Galawan? Let me know, quick. Oh, no, yes or no?
La.
All right, Galawan, you there?
Okay, I'm good, man. So wow.
No sweat, no sweat. All right, next week we pick up again. All right, you all share the link. The Galawan, you know what to do. Share it up, tag everybody. Everybody who's scared to come to class, you'll put away your fears, man. You'll come to class and learn this truth. This ain't no witchcraft. The satanic symbol is the shield of David. This is your people, your heritage. Come and learn the truth, all right? With that, shalom. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai Braka Thumb. Yahweh Shemai Ala Thun B'Hashem Yahushai. I'm out. Let every Christmas tree catch a fire tonight. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Well, thank you.